What's dangerous is not to evolve. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the comfort zone and some ways you can use to overcome it. First and foremost, instead of the comfort zone, it definitely should be called the familiar zone, because lots of times the comfort zone is not very comfortable at all, but instead it's just familiar to us, so we get comfortable staying there. Because of the familiar zone, we end up staying in situations we don't even enjoy, relationships, jobs, or careers we don't like, all because it just happens to be familiar, not necessarily because it's comfortable. We stay in physical and mental states that we don't enjoy. If I had never gotten out of my comfort zone physically, I would have never lost the weight that I wanted to lose. I lost almost 100 pounds, but if I had stayed comfortable or familiar with my same patterns, didn't start going to the gym, I would still be in the same place right now. Same thing with our mental state. Even if we have these toxic and unhealthy thinking patterns, they are very familiar. So our brain, our mind loves to stay there. So it's just kind of crazy that lots of times we end up doing the opposite of what is good for us just because we know it already. So in the past, I've stayed way too long in relationships that were not good for me. They were familiar. The person was familiar. The toxic habits were familiar. So I knew it was in my best interest to leave the relationships and be by myself or be with someone different. But it's just, the mind got so familiar, so used to that knowing, so used to the treatment that it just stayed, or I just stayed. And then what's funny is when we start doing something different that's unfamiliar, even if it's good for us, our mind likes to be like, I don't know, because it's so used to that other familiar thing, even if that familiar thing was not comfortable, was not good. The mind, unfortunately, for a majority of people, lives in fear. And this could be big fears, phobias, to little small things and doubts and compulsions every day. The mind loves fear. And the thing with fear, majority of the time, it's not even right here. It's in the future. Fear of judgment, doubts, or what if it doesn't work out? What if this, what if that? And all those what if scenarios are not here right now. And as most of you know, this moment, the now, is literally all we have. So it sucks because you get stuck in this loop and there's no solution, because the problem really isn't even here. It's an illusionary future. So you don't even have a solution for this problem because it doesn't even exist yet, One thing the mind loves to say, what if you fail? Fear of failure, I think the word failure and failure in general has overall a bad rap. And really, it's not bad at all, because if you fail at something, at least you tried, you took an attempt. Majority of the time, if not all the time, you learn something from that attempt. You grow from a supposed failure. Whereas if you didn't even attempt, you don't even know what the outcome could have been. You're just stagnant. Another thing that I've learned is that rejection of whatever it is, whether it's a job, a person, whatever, is usually redirection. So rejection is redirection by the universe. 9 times out of 10, usually it's redirection for something else you're meant to do, or someone else you're meant to be with, or another job you're meant to have. The universe has a plan for you. And lots of times we get in our minds and we want something, and when we don't get it, we all like, nothing ever works out for me, blah, blah, blah. But really, it's like another better door is opening for you if you would just trust in the universe, trust in divine timing, and know that things are all working out in your favor. So again, comfort zone is familiar zone. Lots of times not comfortable at all. One of the first things I think is really important for people to have to be able to overcome these fears, these doubts, these comfort zones, these familiar zones, is awareness of the mind. When you have awareness of the mind, you know that fears and doubts are just your ego's way of protecting you, or thinking it's protecting you from something unfamiliar. When you become aware of your thought patterns, you notice these doubts and fears and these things trying to stop you. You can be aware of them and notice, like, no, my highest self, my higher self would never doubt me. It wants the best for me. It wants me to try new things. It wants me to learn new things. It doesn't want me to be stuck and stagnant. We're not meant to do that. We're meant to evolve in so many different ways. What's dangerous is not to evolve, to stay in the same thing every single day of your life. Another thing I've heard that's very simple, but it's very effective and it's so true. you just gotta go sometimes. You just have to start. A lot of times our fears come in because it's more the starting. We think of every possible excuse not to start something, not to start going to the gym. Like, oh, I don't have enough time, I don't have this, I don't have the right sneakers, whatever. But you can fix all that. You can prioritize your time. That project that you want to start, but you keep delaying it for this and that, the equipment, this, that, just start. Give yourself permission to take imperfect action. You're not going to be perfect. Perfectionism is paralyzing. If you're always looking to be perfect at everything you do, you're going to stop yourself, because you're not going to be perfect at something you're just starting out on. When I started going to the gym, there was a lot of exercises I was not familiar with, but I would do them even though I sometimes didn't know what I was doing, but I got better because I started practicing. Something I heard recently that I love and I keep repeating is confidence is created by competence, and competence is created by practice. The only way you can get good at something is not just by thinking about it being good, but actually doing it, just starting, practicing. And then over time, as we practice things, we're going to be competent in it. And when competence comes, the confidence comes along with it. So just start. The other thing you can do is work out your uncomfortable muscle, your unfamiliar muscle. So what that means is do little things that make you uncomfortable or that are unfamiliar. And it could be as simple as wearing a different shirt you wouldn't normally wear. Even going home a different route than you usually go can help you, because you're literally creating new pathways. And as you practice getting out of your comfort zone, you get comfortable in practicing. So you start doing it more. And then when it comes to bigger things that feel scarier, you'll be better prepared. You have worked out that muscle. One thing I do to make myself uncomfortable is when I take a shower, at the end, I take a cold shower. I turn it all the way to the cold. And I saw that there's many benefits to this. First of all, it's really good for your immune system, for your skin. And then the practice is when it goes all the way to the cold, you want to freak out. You want to be like, oh my God, this is cold. But the practice is you go all the way to the cold, you breathe, and you relax. The purpose of it is the cold, you shocking your body is a stressful situation. So the more you do it, the more, you practice that, the better you are equipped to deal with stressful situations. When they smack you, you can be calm instead of overreact. And again, it's uncomfortable. When I'm in the shower and it's towards the end and I know it's time for me to turn it to the cold, my mind starts saying, no, just do it next time. You don't have to do it this time. And then all of a sudden, before the thoughts increase, I just, without thinking, I just turn it all the way to the cold and I just breathe and I bask in it. And then at the end, I always feel so good. And now that I've been doing it for a while, it's not as difficult. Most of you now are familiar with the law of attraction. And one thing that's talked about in the law of attraction is visualization. And everything that we see, everything physical that we see was once just a thought in someone's mind, was once just a visualization. The chair I'm sitting on, cars, airplanes. They say people, when first cars came out, people who had horses were like, this will never work. Like, that's not going to work. This isn't going to catch on. Oh, a plane, an airplane, that's not possible. But whoever envisioned it in their mind created it into reality. So visualizing is a very powerful manifestation technique. So the way visualization can help you overcome your unfamiliar zone is, the unfamiliar zone is scary because we don't know it yet. So our minds don't know the difference between something that actually happened and something that you envision. If you envision that thing you're scared to do, that thing out of your comfort zone, even just once, your brain already thinks that that thing happened. So then when it actually comes to happen or actually try, there's not going to be as much resistance. So that's a cool, different way that you can try to get out of your comfort zone. Just sit down, visualize it. And obviously the more you do it, the more your mind will think that you actually did it. So then it'll become a little easier when you actually go to do it in physical form. So I encourage you to get out of your unfamiliar zone, get out of your comfort zone, especially if the situation you're in you don't feel good about, whether it's your mental or physical state, your job, your relationship. You have this one amazing life. Well, this life right now, this physical life right now. and you can do anything you want with it. You can be happy, you can be fit, you can have a different job, you can do something out of the ordinary, but it's up to you. I encourage you to do it. You can do it. We are capable. We are limitless. We can do so much. And let's not let the fear and doubt control our lives, you know? And you're never going to regret trying something. Even if you fail, there's always a lesson. But you will regret looking back one day and being like, why didn't I do that? You're going to regret the things you didn't do, not the things you do. I promise you. So get out there. You can do it. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys soon. Mwah. So these videos are still unfamiliar, uncomfortable for me to make because they're brand new, but it's something I've been wanting to do, something I've been yearning to do, and that I couldn't really stop thinking about. So I was like, just go. Yes, it's a little scary because my mind makes it that way. Is it really scary to sit down here and make a video? No, it's because my mind is thinking about the doubts, the judgments, but I still do it. It's a practice, you know, and as I keep doing it, as I practice, the more confident, competent I will be. So if I can sit here and be uncomfortable making this video, then you can do anything too. Just want to let you guys know that. Have an amazing day. You're amazing, beautiful. You're an angel. I'll see you later.